Hello, family, friends, and fans, and no foes. I'm your host and facilitator, Dr. Awanda Bennett. I'm here today with our esteemed guest, my colleague. His name is Kareem Neal. He works at Channelview High School in the Career and Technical Education Department, and he has a very interesting event coming up that he wants to tell you a little bit about and tell you about the program. And then we'll get to know him a little bit better and talk about life, a little bit about music, and also about the youth that we intend to impact. Kareem, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. That was a great introduction too. I feel good.
Tell us about what you're doing with the kids.
We are getting ready for a competition at the state and national level. It's called Business Professionals of America. It's a program designed to get in kids interested in different fields from accounting to the business field of management to the audio video or the artistic side and things like that. So these kids networking, these kids are really working hard, having fun too. That's all that matters. And they building relationships with each other and other teams and other people at state and other people from nationals. From one year we had Hawaii there, so
Wow.
it's pretty awesome.
How long have you been a part of the Business Professionals of America? How long have you been in that organization?
I want to say maybe 10 years,
Mm.
and we've
So,
gone to nationals every year except for maybe the last four years.
so right
That's
now,
been COVID, around COVID. It's been different.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I recognize that you have an opportunity to go to state now, right?
Oh, we're going to state.
Say more,
That's
say
what we're
more.
doing. We're going to find a way it's going to happen. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, regardless of how it's going to happen. It's going to happen because it's supposed to. If it doesn't, it's okay. It's a cool experience, but um, I want to see them win. That's my main thing. Like I want to see them be successful and see what it feels like to get away from just that local area. We have kids who never been to Dallas. We have kids who never been outside of Texas, and just get them exposure to different things and different lifestyles and different, and different arts and different beliefs, and they get to see who they want to be and how they want to be, and those kids are willing to fly the nest and do their own thing. And that's our main point.
So my understanding is that this year's state competition is being hosted or held in Dallas.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
convention, the Dallas convention or Arlington
Outstanding.
area. Yes,
So I'm here with my grands. That's my project manager, Levi. Uh,
nice.
calling my coworkers. Uh, One of the things I wanted to ask you about is what are the grades and ages of these students typically, the ones that you're impacting?
15 to 18, so they're anywhere from freshmen to seniors in high school. And it's like most of them have to go through the different steps, like the intro classes to advance. But this year and last year, we started taking freshmen as well because some of them coming in and have great ideas and just teach them how to execute and put everything together. And a lot of them go to state, or a lot of them have been going to state. So it's kind of exciting to see them grow from freshman to sophomore to senior year.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, again, me thinking about logistics of the program, how much money do you need to help them get to state, get to national? What is required of us? What sorts of things can I tell my family, friends, and fans and viewers that will assist them in helping you?
We'll take anything. Like everything is more than what we have now. You know what I mean? So honestly, we're trying to prepare. We're trying to get enough for travel. So even driving, we have to take a bus driver and their hotel rooms and food. And then the same thing for national, be the same thing travel. And then it also has fees for each competition. There's fees for each individual competition they're in as well. So that's what it all pays for, and insurance. But we are at, I want to say $10,000 what we're asking for, but honestly, like 9,000, uh, maybe 700, a little bit over. So that gives us room for opportunities. Like we have taken kids to restaurants when they never knew they had to have a reservation or never sat down in some restaurant. So that gives the opportunity to maybe take them out and let them do something or experience something they never had before. So that's what that would cover.
I wanted to give you the opportunity to kind of expand my world. Well, earlier, before when we got on, you were talking to me about music. I want to know a little bit more about your music philosophy.
Honestly, I think music is like it soothes us. I mean, it soothes. Music is who we are. It's our heartbeat. Like the drums are a heartbeat that gives you rhythm, and then from there you add everything else. That's your blood and it flows. And music make you feel a certain way. When you're angry, you listen to music. When you're happy, you listen to music. When you want to work out, you listen to music. Music is one thing that kind of makes us feel. And the music you were playing was like that's feel good music that lets you know what type of person you are also. So a lot of people listen to one thing unless you just expand your mind, listen to everything. But you can have a conversation with anybody. You can listen to everything and learn about as much as you can. So music is one thing that brings us together.
That's
It's
one.
beautiful.
Yep. That's one of the reasons I asked you because I'm always working on connectedness and how we connect with each other so people have a sense of belonging.
Mhm.
And I like what you're doing with the students because the youth, you're working to show them how they could collaborate and work together,
Yeah.
come up with something creative, go on and execute on the business side and on the creative side, okay?
Yes.
And grow as individuals. And then you throw music in the mix as well. It's because you know audio visual music could be a character.
We're
So that's just one element.
the reason why I asked you for this time is because we'll work with some students right now that produce music. So I'm working with an artist who is basically I want him to get on the track so we can get these kids exposure. Like even if they don't get paid for it, they get rights for it, get rights on the credits for it. That's enough to get them exposure as well. We go from there. But a number of my kids, I won't say a lot, a number of my kids graduate and start their own businesses or start working in an industry that they have a passion for, and that's even the ones that don't go to college. That's what they're doing, and they're getting paid doing what they love doing.
What's one word of advice that you believe will inspire our next generation of students? What's one word of advice you would give them if you could sit them down? They're 100% looking at you. They staring at you like they scrolling through TikTok. You know, what would you say to them? You know, what kind of advice would you give to these kids? I know you're already planning a great event for their future, but what's something that you want to say to these students
Honestly,
and caregivers?
can I tell you what I tell my kids?
All right, yeah, I want to hear it.
I just want them to be true to themselves. Like, find your peace, find your happiness. Like, be true to yourself. Like a lot of times I call them voyeurs. We're getting so involved, and I don't really do social media a lot. I know you said like, I don't really do social media a lot because we get so engulfed in other people's lives, so engulfed in what other people are doing that we kind of neglect what we're doing ourselves. So I ask my students to be themselves, and like they respectfully come and they put their phones on and not engage into it, and they focus on being creative and thinking differently and opening their mind to ways to do things that they never probably would have never done. Or how we look at movies and TV shows and wonder how they do it and break it down. Same thing they do in the engineering class. They break things down. They do it in the welding class. Like our department, the CTE department is pretty big on trying to find ways to reach kids who think differently and not cook. No disrespect to anyone else, but not like trying to teach everybody one way. We have to learn our kids. We learn more from our kids than they learn from us. So that's what I like about what we're doing, and that's why I'm passionate about pushing these kids in this program.
Well, I know that in Channelview, as well as in other school districts, right now they're focusing on differentiated instruction. And I know they're also focusing on how best to bring out the best in our kids. Some of them are somewhat apathetic and have lost hope.
A lot.
My thinking is that this program can give them hope.
I wish I could send it to you. Our video was really our video. The concept was about mental health, and our video was about three different kids who experienced one same experience, but from different angles. And it was all about mental health. And it was all about one person who was dealing with things at home and at school, and she just kind of had enough. And then it transferred from her to a guy, and then the guy and his story, and there's always a blue backpack in the back. It's beautiful. Everything's connected and it tells a whole story. Then there's a third person version who don't believe anything is going on, who's just in the hallway, who freezes when he sees it. And it's put together beautifully. And that's the type of things these kids are doing at 16, 17 with visuals. That's we have very little opportunity. We're using cell phones and things like that, which is great. But we're going against people who are using Mac computers and 10,000 programs and packages, and we're putting things together like this just from being creative and expressive.
Is it available online, or could we do a screening? Could we arrange to have a screening, maybe?
I would love to do that. That'd be great for these kids. That'd be awesome. We also getting some small film festivals, or we're getting like 40-hour film festivals, things like that. And this year, I'm trying to work with one of my students. Get connect. He has a connection with well, not connect. She has experience in the Latina Film Festival here, so I'm trying to get my kids involved in that just to see what they can do and just make a difference, get a name for themselves. So that'll be awesome. We try to set up something at the school if we can. That'd be all. That'd be cool way to get these kids exposure and get them. I don't know. Hopefully that push them to the next level.
I'm with it. Uh, Before we part ways, I wanted to ask you okay, what's your deadline? I need to know that too so I can share that with the people. When are you
Um,
looking to attempt to get these funds gathered for the purposes? And also, I feel like they can do in kind donations, which I'll talk with you about offline. And then when we get back together, we can tell people how they can continually contribute on a regular basis to this.
okay. The reason why we're going about it this way, another one is because a lot of clubs, organizations, and even sports teams doing fundraisers now, and everyone's being tapped out. Everyone's selling like cookies and candy and the other thing where you can just donate. And that's awesome, but um, it gets to the point when the well runs dry and you start seeking other opportunities. And there's so many opportunities out there. Like people would, I mean, people that give, I give everything I got all the time. Like even if I don't have it, I'll find a way. And that's beautiful that we can come together and connect like this. So thank you again for this opportunity. But the money we need, put that in there. But in April, like we'll try like April 1st with the best because I think the around the 27th, the 23rd is when everything has to be in and going.
Okay. So we're shooting for April 1st.
April 1st, yes, ma'am.
All right. I
There you
understand, I hear, and I
there you
resonate with that. And what I'm going to do is encourage my family, my friends, my fans to join in assisting Channelview High School to help them reach this very important goal for this next milestone for these students and do all you can to be all you can. Kareem, thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
what you're doing for our kids, and I'm looking forward to the outcome and what we'll do. We'll come back in a little bit and have an update of what's going on and let the
Yeah.
people know
I
how
gotta
it's
give
going.
you a sneak preview too. I got
Yeah.
you.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm hyped and I'm excited. I'm trying to hold it together.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day and a great
Peace.
afternoon. And
Thank
thank
you.
you.